those of them that don't know the history, can you tell us about Andy Johnson and what he did to you?
Oh, Andy Johnson.
We go in there. We go in there.
Yeah, well, you know, guys, that's now is 2000. I think it's 21 years, no, 20 years now. That what happened, but it was my first season. I think it was the playoff. Well, we were in a position of playoff. We played that game, and you see, after a few minutes, we conceded the goal. I think something like that. I think the game was a full house. I think that was a second time I saw Bramall in full house, I think, like that. I was buzzing. We were all exciting after a positive result against QPR the week before, winning 3-1. Tough place to go, QPR, sorry. And we were all buzzing, you know, we were all exciting, and then we conceded the goal, but we still focused on the game. And then it was a challenge, ball in the air, you know, and we went for the challenge, and then I've got still this memory, and I still got this tape in my parents' house. I went for the head, for the ball, and then I've got this flash. He went with the elbow. He turned his face and with the elbow. So straight away I fall on the floor, and I could feel already a little groggy, and I sensed something not very good. I think something warm on my face. I didn't know if I was bleeding or not. Obviously, I couldn't see if I was really, really injured, you know. So then I don't know if I stayed a long time on the floor, but I think it's I don't know which players come up to me and said, and they give a shout to, at the time it was Dennis Petit, the physio, said to come up because looks like I was badly injured, you know, stuff like that. And then obviously I took my shirt, tried to wipe my nose or whatever because I felt something, and then I started to bleeding quite badly, but obviously I couldn't see my face. And then he said, George, are you okay? Are you bleeding? You know, but he didn't mention anything about my lovely face. I look like an elephant man, you know. but at the time, so I don't know if I feel okay to play, but let's see come out. But when he tried to, put me back on my feet, I feel a little bit, that's no good sign, you know. But sometimes it takes a bit a while to get, you know, you clean, and then maybe a couple of minutes and you're back on the pitch. And he said, George, are you okay to carry on? I said, I don't think so, Dennis. I'm quite bad and stuff like that. So let's go outside and then try to clean and stuff, perhaps change the shirt. Then I saw Laurent Jaffo come up from the bench, and he had a few injuries. And he saw my face, and I saw him, and he turned his face. I said, "Oh." Laurent normally is scared. He doesn't care about anything. But when I saw his face turning like that, I said, "Oh, looks like he's bad." So then Denise, he asked George, "Can you carry on?" I said, I can't see myself. I can't see myself playing, carrying on, you know. Then we come out, and I said, "Jeff, is he bad?" He said, "Oh, he's a big man. I think, obviously speaking to me in French. Obviously a big man." I said, "Oof, better to come out." So, okay. So I went to the dressing room, and then obviously the physio room. Then the doc was there. I look at look on the mirror. It was a proper elephant man, you know. Looks like I've been fighting with Mike Tyson, you know. Even the first round, maybe 10 seconds, bam, 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 bam. But my face was proper.
So Dennis Petit was fine with you going back on?
No, I couldn't see myself carry on. And Dennis and the doc, obviously the doc said, "George, we make the right decision not to come back to pitch because you're very, very bad. You need to go to hospital and check in to have a checkup, you know." I said, "Have you got your family?" I said, "Yeah, I've got my partner at the time. My dad was there. He did spend a couple of weeks with us. And on a Sunday, I was supposed to drive him to Liverpool to go back to Marseille from Nice." So I said, George, we need to contact them. So that's why I heard the speaker said, I think mentioned my name, the name of my ex-partner, and obviously my dad to coming down, and then the ambulance going to take me to hospital and stuff. So we went to hospital. They followed me and stuff like that. At the time, my English was okay, and so I said, George, looks not a good face. Obviously, we need to wait to see the swelling down, because we need to do some X-ray to see how's his damage. So obviously the gaffer came after the game. We lost the game. I asked the information. We lost the game. I think is it 3-1 or 4-1? I can't remember.
3-1, yeah.
3-1, and then obviously the gaffer comes straight away after the hospital, asked me how I think and stuff. I said, I'm okay, but I have a bit of headache and stuff. But
so you didn't have a clue back then how serious it really was.
I didn't have a clue. Even the doctor, we have to wait. I think another 5, 6, maybe a week to because my face was a proper swelling down to see an X-ray, etc., to make a decision. So for that week, after the result of the X-ray, etc., I said I've got a double fracture cheekbone and a broken nose. I said, oh. I said, all right. I said, is it that from the challenge? He said, yeah, George. Obviously, at the time we had a video. I think at the time the gaffer or someone else at the club check on it. Looks very, very bad. And that was my first thought. I said, perhaps it's an accident. But what after, obviously, this operation, I think, is it 2 weeks after I had my accident on 7, I have to wait another 2 weeks or whatever to have the operation. So the surgeon come up and said, George, there's 2 options for the operation. I might have to open on skull in here.
Oh my God.
Because we need to check and probably need, if we need to see how damaged it was, or just open up just under the eye. Sorry. So the
both are pretty unpleasant options.
Yes. Yeah. So I was, to be honest, I was scared, obviously, because it told me I could be lose my eye. I said, okay. That means losing your eyes, so your career finish. No more football at 30. So I said, okay. Obviously, the health is the most important thing. But when you say that, so we need to open up, George, and then from then we will see how the damage. So when at the operation, normally the operation is supposed to be 2 hours. I think I spent 6 hours on the table. So I've got a titanium plate. I still got it. So basically said my face was the pieces, bones all over the place, and to put it back, so I have to put a titanium plate. And I said, where did you open up? He said, I was thinking about that, but we try over there. So I've got a little scar, but you can't see it.
That's good.
That's very good. But he said, George, operation went well, but so I had the operation in March. So he said, for 4 months, George, no football, nothing at all. No training, no running, nothing. No plane. If you want to go back home, you have to drive because it's something new in your body.
Oh, yeah.
In your face. You need to settle. Said, and then we will make a decision in the end of July, in the end of the June or beginning of July to make a decision if it's good or not to carry on the football.
He really just got away with it.
Oh, easy. He got nothing, not even the red card or nothing, no or fine or suspension from the FA or whatever, So,
And was he apologetic? Did he come and see you in hospital?
Nope. So I was going to that direction. So for that time, I was in the hospital. Obviously, I get to phone. Obviously, the guys, some of the guys at West Brom I play with, Paul Clement, things like that. All the guys, friends from Tranmere, obviously the guys from Sheffield United. Some of them turns up at the hospital after the game. Even during the week when we had a training session, come up asking how I was. But David Platt, English international, well known in the world, in England, play for in Italy, well known. Nottingham Forest, a massive club. Not even a bottle chocolate, or a letter, or a phone call at the hospital, or getting my mobile from the player. Nothing at all. So for me, I'm very surprised because English people, English club are very fair play. If it's an accident, whatever, phone call, whatever. Even Christian Karambeu, I didn't know at all, was playing for Middlesbrough, sent me a lovely card to Sheffield United with at the time his missus, Adriana. So
She was very attractive.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You have to say the truth, isn't it? Yeah.
Just saying.
So yeah, didn't get anything from the Andy Johnson or whatever. Nothing at all.
That is awful. That is really, really poor.
Shocking. And obviously I was angry. I said,
that came across, didn't it?
Definitely. Because when you read the paper, it was an accident. If it was an accident, give me a call. If it was me, I would give a call. I apologize. I would come to when it be possible to see you, but nothing at all. Nothing.
Would you, if he reached out now, would you accept an apology?
No, not at all.
Too late.
It's too late.
Yeah,
too late. But too late. And then, but that period of 4 months, normally when you're not training or whatsoever, you tend to take some kilos, put some kilos. I lost weight because
Wow.
I was scary to lose my eye. That was the most important thing, and then not playing football because
so through worry, you lost weight through worry. That's horrible.
Yeah, exactly. And then seeing my dad at the hospital when happening, I could see his mind was all somewhere else. And then my mom was obviously knew the situation, but she couldn't travel because I had the younger brothers. Obviously, was a certain age, but they were at the school, so she couldn't travel and live. So when I went back, I was driving back. So when I saw my mom, we cried because she was happy I was alive, obviously, but she couldn't imagine that in the football, the sport she loves, and I know I loved, something will happen to me or someone else, something like that, So it was tough. It's tough. And then when I come back, I think I come back early, a couple of weeks or 10 days before the preseason, just in case. I wanted to get fit, but when the surgeon said, George, no chance. So I have to wait. So I had a test, and the test come up, said, George, looks good. Do your preseason, but you have to be careful, slowly but surely. No headers. So obviously the gaffer tell the guys, say, look, George is starting. Be careful. Make sure no contact, no headers. Obviously, for me, it was a bit difficult, on the corners or set pieces or defending. But I have to follow the rules for I don't know how many weeks, no headers and stuff. And then I had another test, and I had the clear around July, I think, to start to play some games. I was very pleased, and then the season started. And the funny is when the league games turn up. First game, Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United, and between that, at the time he was at Nottingham, and then after that he moved to West Brom.
Yeah.
But my first game, it was very funny because the first game was at Nottingham.
1-1. I was there.
Yeah, we lost 1-0, I think.
1-1. Devlin scored.
Was it 1-0? Okay.
Yeah, we drew all our games at the start of that season. We drew like the first 6 or something. It was crazy.
Something like that. Oh gosh, you got good memories there. But my first game, unfortunately, I got injured. 1 week before the first game was here, I got injured on my groin, so I couldn't play. And then I said, Gaffer, is it okay to travel? It's not too far to support the team, and to be part again. So he said, son, no problem. You come, I travel. And then I'm still laughing now. Obviously, I'm not playing. Obviously, I'm going down the bus, and then I've got security around me and like a police and stuff like that. He said, George, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay, guys. How's things? Yeah. I'm sorry, George, but we have to escort you. I said, what do you mean? Say, you know what happened a few months ago? I said, hey, guys, there's nothing to worry, I'm going to the dressing room and nothing to say, yeah, but George, it's what they said to me, we have to escort you. I said, what? Gosh, I'm getting famous, I've done nothing. I'm the one who will get bashed, and then I need security. I said, oh, all right.
So who made that decision then that they had to escort you in?
I probably Nottingham Forest Football Club.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
I suppose so.
You think Andy Johnson was scared?
I think so, because the funny part is I walk to the dressing to go to the dressing room, and who I see in a corner, just out inside the door, just in the corner, Andy Johnson wanted to shake my hand to say sorry. I say, what? I look at him and say, what? Basically, my face said, are you joking? So I was polite. I said, I said nothing. And I said, so he said, he puts his hand like this. And I said, nah. I carried on to the dressing room, But, and then that's it. And then obviously I looked at the team sheets, no playing. So, oh, how come he's not playing? So that was a bit strange, something like that. So obviously the game playing and stuff like that. But in my mind, I said, if he's not playing, something in his head, I said, oh, if George is playing, something might happen, Or maybe at the time he didn't want to take a risk. I think, did he move at the same time to West Brom? I can't remember. So didn't want to get injured because he was going to West Brom. I have no idea. Maybe.
He was just, George, he was just scared. He was just scared. We know that.
Maybe. We'll never know. It's unlikely he'll come on this channel and tell us.
And George, we wouldn't have him on anyway. We would not have him on.
We would not have him on.
I hope so, guys. But I do know, because I still had when he moved to West Brom, and then we're catching up and stuff like that. I said, oh, guys, you got a new player? I said, yeah. And then and I knew from the guys he didn't play because he faked an injury. That's what the guys told me. So I don't know if it's true. That's
what they told you.
That's what some of the guys, ex-players I play with at West Brom, said to me. He didn't play because he thought you were playing, George. I said, well, basically himself. In joking, himself.
Well, it's true.
He might have broke a nail or.
So, but I don't know. That's some of the ex-colleagues who told me that. So I live like that and stuff like that. So, and obviously, we played the game, and then few weeks after, I think Sheffield United played a cup game. I don't know if it's Hartlepool or whatever. And then Nottingham play for a stay at the same hotel with us. I think they play somewhere else, not too far. And then Nottingham was in the same hotel. So that was funny. I said, oh, looks like someone up there. I said, oh, give me some good sign, So nothing happened, but there was a bit of tension in a reception, because we worked down, myself and Jeff were in the same room, shared the same room, and then we walk. I said, oh, Jeff, look in front of you, who's there? I said, who? I said, that guy I don't want to swear. The guy said, the guy who did me a good face. I said, oh, okay. Don't worry, big man. I said, Jeff, please don't do nothing. I said, oh, you know me, big man. I said, oh. So we walk in there, there was a bit tension, but nothing happened, because we would been the one aggressive, But it was a bit of tension in there, bit of tension. So even Paul Hart, the manager at the time, was there. So yeah, that was a funny part. In 2-3 weeks' time, we saw each other. You could see.
Oh yeah, you saw each other again.
Yeah. Until I saw the game, the Bramall stuff. Yeah, Bramall story. So that was a good day as well, but good and bad days. Yeah. It was another good day. I know some of the fans from Sheffield United I was a bit stupid to react like that, but at the time it was nothing. It was a 50-50 challenge. In my head, when I saw that ball, perfect ball, I said, oh, the season before I didn't protect myself. This time I'm going to have to protect myself.
We're talking about the Battle of Bramall Lane here, just for those not familiar. This is Sheffield United at home against Bromwich Albion. We were already down by the score and by players.
That's right.
You had that hospital pass that was just asking to go for a 50-50. Nick, who was it that made the pass to Johnson? Was it Derek McInnes?
Derek McInnes.
Derek McInnes, who played the terrible pass, which was just begging to be got by you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if I did broke his leg, if I touch him, he was probably he'd be in a hospital, perhaps. So, but I went for the 50-50 challenge. So
do you maintain then, George? You're saying right now that the challenge you made was a fair challenge?
Yeah, it was a fair challenge. If you look the video,
because I said that at the time, and I went on the local radio and said that I thought you made a fair challenge, and I stuck up for you.
Yeah,
I got ridiculed.
You should.
By a lot of Blades fans who said I was an idiot. So I'm pleased to hear you say that. I've had to wait 20 years for that.
Yeah, but maybe some of the fans feel I was an idiot, but I never broke a footballer career and a colleague, like someone else, a legend. I respect Roy Keane, who did finish the career of Haaland.
Yeah. Or Gareth Ainsworth, with Dame Whitehouse.
Yeah.
But what about how did you feel about your friends, Patrick Sufo, and Jaffo, and players like that who wanted to come to your aid almost instantly, and we know what Sufo did. Were you actually, in a way, were you kind of proud, or another way were you like, no, this is my fight, you don't need to get involved?
Yeah, but at the time, it was I would say tough challenge. First challenge, get sent off. I did say to referee, I even didn't complain. I said, ref, that's my first challenge, straight red card. But if you look the video again, I didn't touch him. He tried to get up straight away. He wanted to come to me. So if he come to me, perfect. I was waiting for that, So because if I did really, really touch him, he'd probably still on the floor. And if you have a look the videos, I looked the videos afterwards, and I know some of the players like Daz Moore, big lad. He didn't come to me and say, big man, why you did that, George? Or even Paul Clement, guys like that who knew me. They knew what the season before, what happened, and they knew what the guy did to me. And they know me, I'm a nice guy, but when it's the pitch, I give everything. But when you've been nasty like that, when you try to finish a career of a colleague. For me, you try to finish my career, to be honest, the way it treat. But the thing is something I'm quite disappointed is the video. They always showing my challenge, but it'd be nice to see a Sheffield BBC or Nottingham BBC to see the video of his elbow to me. And I would like to see.
You never see that. You're right. It's never shown.
I've got the tape. I've got the tape at my parents' house. I would love to put that on a CD, a DVD, and to show to the people how he did injured me. You know,
hey, get it to Nick. He can get that on YouTube.
Oh, that'd be great, because that's something always. Oh, George, I can't believe you did that. I said, yeah, but when I saw the pictures of what he did for me, everybody was in shock. I said, gosh, George, we didn't see that one coming. So yeah. So
no, I
remember the pictures. One day I will send you the pictures. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how my face was.
Yeah, we'd really want to see that. And do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen that elbow back. Ever.
I've not.
No, nobody.
I was at the game, but I've never seen it since, and I didn't even really notice it at the time, as I think probably a lot of blades didn't, because you're not looking for that sort of thing.
No.
Yeah, exactly. But so for me, that's a good question to ask. I said, "Where's the videos?" But if he start to say, "Oh, we lose it," I've got the proof. I've got the tape at home. Mm-hmm. So I know it's about 20 years ago, but still is the past. But we move on. But sometimes I still frustrating, said, oh, George, because I know some Sheffield United said, I read some comment, so I said, oh, George, you shouldn't do that. It was stupid tackle. He's an idiot, something like that. So I respect, everybody, his opinion, But at the time, I went for the challenge. I protect myself 50-50. It was a hard challenge. In those days, he could go for it, But I never finished his career like he did for me. He nearly did mine,
To be honest, George, I know you only played at Sheffield United for 2 seasons, but even the people that don't agree with that tackle that you did, I think 90% of people still see you as a fan's favourite, even with or without the tackle. So the thing is, what you've got to remember is that we're all behind you, whatever. Yeah. And that must have been such a tough point in your life. You've mentioned about your family as well. It's not just you that's affected by this. It's lots of different people.
Oh, yeah. It was tough, It was tough because when I was injured, and then when I got the red card, I had bad publicity, I would say, because at the time, I went straight to the tunnel. I didn't complain about the red card. I went straight to the tunnel. And then suddenly I saw Patrick. I said, Pat, what have you done? I said, oh, I headbutt someone else. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I said, so Stacey out. And me and Patrick only play 1 minute. And then Rob Oliphant get injured.
No, he did. He got injured.
He was injured, but Bob, yeah, he was injured. I'm
because I don't want to think that
that
anyone was feigning injury, because of course that would reflect badly on the club. I think.
Of course. No, I'm kidding, guys.
Good.
No, with Rob, we every time we talk about it, we the giggle and stuff like that. It was bad, very bad pressure on me in that case, because I was the scapegoat. I have some friends from Miami saw the news and they called me. I said, George, you're on the newspaper and Miami Post or whatever. I said, what do you mean?
Wow.
So the Bramall Lane, you done this and this. Yeah, wow. I done a tackle. I got a red card. How many players had the red card from a tough challenge?
Oh, it was huge news. It was the only thing on 5 Live. None of the Premier League football was getting talked about. It was the Battle of Bramall Lane, and it lasted for days.
Yeah. And then I was scared.
It wasn't just a tackle, though, was it? I think it was because the game eventually got abandoned for
so
red
rare.
Cards. It doesn't happen every day, does it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I remember coming out of Bramall Lane, it was so tense with fans as well. It was a really hot atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I imagine. But I was involved also after the game. When you sent off, it's not great. You let down your team, your teammates. because
Gary Megson as well, of course, he was very vocal, wasn't he, afterwards, suggesting that Neil Warnock had orchestrated all of this and should be sacked. You know, this is just awful.
But you know, I suppose, you know, rivalry with obviously Sheffield Wednesday, I don't know. I know they hate each other and stuff like that. And I know the gaffer wasn't popular with some other managers as well, you know. So from the past or at the time as well,
That's what it was. That's what it really was.
I think it was a bit of everything, you know. But no, I was the scapegoat on that one, and then the I would say the bad thing is the next day when the gaffer called me in the morning, saying, George, I don't know, he called me up around 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning. He said, George, can you pop in my house? We need to discuss. I said, oh, all right, okay, no problem. I'll go down. We live only 1 minute to 2 minutes. And he basically said, George, what happened yesterday on Saturday? The club decided you're not going to play anymore for Sheffield United. I said, what? I said, about the tackle, I get a red card, so I'm not going to play anymore for Sheffield United. That was a prop. What I say? I was gobsmacked, and then I was very disappointed to read that. I said, wow. Very, very, very surprised and shocked. Sheffield United decide to do that, you know, from a challenge. It's a football challenge. So, yeah.
Did you know at that time about Patrick Sufo as well, that he was getting the same treatment?
Yeah, I didn't know at that time. But after that conversation, I spoke with Jaff. Obviously, I don't know if he knew or I'd give it the news. I'll probably give it the news, and then I think with Patrick, we get the same news. Yeah.
George, do you think the club had any option? Do you think that because of the media pressure that they almost had to make that decision, or do you think Sheffield United should have stuck by you and Patrick Sufo?
Of course, you're a Sheffield United player. We were under the contract. How many little not punching? Obviously, the punching is not the nice word to use. But how many times you've seen players having a little bit
altercations?
Yes. How many?
A lot.
So
it was the external pressure, I think, that the club were worried about. They were trying to save face, I think.
Probably their faces, yes. But why?
I think they genuinely wanted it to just go away, and they probably thought this was the easiest way to be seen to be doing something that in the eyes of the general public would be seen as the right decision, because the general public wouldn't have known the backstory. They'd have just heard Battle of Bramall Lane, huge fight, George Santos, Patrick Sufo are the instigators of it, and Sheffield United have clamped down hard and sacked both. And that's how they would have looked at it externally. And we as fans knew that wasn't really the full story at all.
I appreciate that, because I know some of the fans thinks the opposite, but for me, I couldn't believe when the gaffer told me that. I said, what? And then he said to me, George, for the press, you're not going to have to training for a few days. I said, yeah, but I need to get fit. I might get, obviously, with the suspension, for me, I might get 3 games or more, whatever. At the time, I didn't know. But I want to get fit because I was under the contract. I wanted to have the team to finish the season, you know. But when he said that, I didn't know what to say. And he knew the story between me and Johnson. Obviously, he told me, George, don't do stupid things. But things like that, you cannot control. When you're in the game, you're in the game. You know, it happened why it happened. Yeah, I made a tackle, but to be the scapegoat of the Battle of Bramall Lane, that was something difficult to swallow. And still now, you know, because me and Patrick as a friend, was there to help his friend, you know?
Yeah, of course. As he said when we spoke to him about it, he just wanted to help you. Do you have any regrets, George?
about the tackle.
The whole day and how it all went.
Oh no! Why should I regret? I regret to let my teammates and my and the club, in that particular day. Yes, but regret. Why should I regret? I went for 50-50 challenge. Andy Johnson could say anything he wants, but the season before he's got nothing, and I got 3 games banned. And I get fined from the FA, and then I get fined from the club as well. Double fine. And then scapegoat as well. So at the time, for a long time, I was very disappointed the way Sheffield United treat me, myself and Patrick. But Patrick was lucky to go to Spain to play, because I think at the time he was the World Cup 2002. He had to be selected. But at the time, for me, when he said to me, training, coming to the training ground, I couldn't believe that, So I said, why couldn't I train? I'm still under contract. And then after a few days, I think the next game we play at home, I didn't turn up. He didn't want me to the stadium as well. But the game after, I turned up with my cousin who come to stay with me a bit, And then I went to the ground, and the fans singing my name. And my cousin said, "George, what are we singing?" I said, "They're singing my name." I said, "What about?" I said, to support me for what happened a couple of weeks ago against West Brom. All the fans singing my name, and he couldn't believe that. And for me, still now, I said, "Wow." I said, "Yeah, I did something probably bad for few of the fans. Maybe some of the fans said, yeah, Andy Johnson deserve it or whatever. But to have the support of the fans singing my name during the game, the team wasn't like the ball was out. They singing my name because they saw me coming to the ground. I was at the in stand, So that was touching, really touching, yeah.